guys, good morning. Laura with Garden Answer. So today I want to talk to you about this vine. This is called the Kintzley Ghost Honeysuckle. I posted a picture of it on Instagram and I did not realize the kind of stir it was going to create. It is a beautiful plant. There were a lot of really good questions in the comment section, so I thought it would be fun to go through, answer some of those questions, and then just give you a closer look at this vine. So this one is a zone 4 through 8, and the reason why I initially wanted to grow it is because, one, it's a really tough vine. It's really hardy, but it gives you that eucalyptus look when eucalyptus would not survive in our zone 5. It gives you that beautiful silvery blue leaf that has that eucalyptus shape, and it just thrives here. It does so well. It blooms in early summer, so you can see right here it's already done blooming, but you can see how many blooms were just on that one little stalk there. They're kind of a light yellow and kind of tube shaped, but this whole thing was covered, and you could imagine what that looked like, the light yellow contrasted by that silvery blue. And then after the blooms are done, it forms these little berries, which you can see right here. They turn both blue and red, so then again you have the contrast of the red berries and the dark kind of blueberries with the silvery foliage. So this one grows about 8 to 12 feet tall if you give it the support to do that. And then I believe it said I looked at a tag because it's been a while since I've actually put one in the ground, and it said they grow about 4 feet wide. You can see that this is more than 4 feet. And I think you can kind of train it to be as wide as you need it to go. If you want it to be lower and wider, you can do that. I don't ever prune these just because of where they're at. I suppose if you had them on an arbor, you would want to prune them to keep them a little more compact, and you would do that late winter, early spring. But other than that, I mean, if you're wanting to keep it more trimmed, there's a little maintenance there, but no maintenance here. I've never touched these ever. They are deciduous, so they lose their leaves in the winter time, and it's kind of this woody looking vine, but you know, it kind of blends in with everything else out here in the garden. It is not invasive. I don't see it popping up anywhere else. It kind of, you know, spreads out like other plants do and kind of, you know, forms new branches out from its original roots there, but it doesn't form new ones popping up out of the ground. So that is really nice because I've dealt with some invasive stuff and it's not really that fun to deal with. There were some questions about whether or not you can use this in fresh cut arrangements, and it is wonderful. It holds really, really well. I do not know though if you can dry it. I've never tried that. And it would be a great alternative to eucalyptus in the colder growing zones if you could dry it, so that's something I'll probably experiment with. There's really no insect problems that I've noticed. One year in our old garden, I did have it get aphids, but it was a super bad aphid year that year, so I just kind of chalked it up to that year. I've never had to treat them other than that one time, and aphids are a pretty easy pest to get rid of. So this one though, super clean, there's nothing on it, and there hasn't been. So 1 year out of 7 or 8 years that I've grown this plant, that's pretty good to not have to deal with any insect or disease problems. And another important thing is that this one likes sun to part sun. In this spot right here, it gets morning shade, a good block of midday sun, and then it gets protection from the scorching afternoon sun. So I think it's in the perfect spot because it gets enough sun to flower really well and to look, you know, the color looks beautiful, but it gets enough shade to keep it really, really happy. It likes consistent moisture. Once it's established, they're somewhat drought tolerant, but I would make sure just to give it consistent moisture, just a regular irrigation like most of your other garden plants. And I've only ever planted this from a potted plant. I've never started it from seed. I don't know if that would be easy to do or if that's really how they go about starting this type of plant. We typically carry, my parents at my parents' garden center typically carry this in 1-gallon containers in the spring. But here we are getting into like midsummer. Stock on this type of things, vines in particular, is pretty low. So at this point of the year, it's probably going to be a pretty hard one to find. So this is a good one to add to your list for next year. So I think I've answered most of the questions, or all of the questions that I saw in the comment section. I hope this video was helpful and just kind of fun to learn about a new plant. I think this one is so underused. It's kind of one of those old plants that I don't know, it just kind of gets forgotten, and it shouldn't be because it's just so pretty. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.